Hey everybody, my name is Kenny Johnston. I'm a director of product here at Gitlab. I'm going to be doing a walkthrough of our new installation of our Kubernetes agent. So let me go ahead and share my screen. It's this one. Okay. So just to walk through, I was expecting to be able to set up the agent on gitlab.com. I did have to have my project authorized to be able to create agents, or at least agent artifacts in the database. And so I had that done before starting this discussion. I figured I would just start with Googling GitLab Kubernetes agent setup and getting started. So GitLab Kubernetes agent setup. All right, so obviously I've been here before. So here it is, GitLab Kubernetes agent. Can be good for integrating more secure, pull-based with GitOps engine. All right, okay. Here's how it works. Developer pushes code that updates the repository and the manifest, and that manifests the agent is watching and pulling what's going on in that manifest, and then the configuration of the agent is in a potentially different location. Getting started, install the agent server. I have already done that because I'm using gitlab.com. Available on gitlab.com under cast.gitlab. Okay, so I can skip that part. I don't need to install the CAS. Okay, I need to define a configuration repository. So I created this example project called Kubernetes agent test. And what did it say? Oops, I already had this looked up. Let's stay over here. Define a configuration repository. Next, you need a GitLab repository to contain your agent configuration. Minimal repository looks like this. GitLab agents. Okay, so I'm going to name my agent. Let's just say I'm going to name it first agent. .gitlab agents first agent config.yaml. Okay, so let's add a file. Okay. All I need is this, and so I'm going to use the same. Yeah, there was no template for me to use here. That would be cool if there was a template. Okay. Let's see. I need to path this project, which was GitLab examples / Kubernetes agent test. Did I spell that right? Yes, okay. And then add agent config. Okay. So this is saying the configuration for the agent when it gets configured is, hey, where should I look for manifest projects? I'm going to look at myself, this same project. So got that part done. Back to instructions. Create an agent record in GitLab. Next, create a GitLab Rails agent record to associate it with configuration repository project. Okay, so it says I need to use the GraphQL Explorer, which I'll do over here. Let's copy in what these instructions said right here. Create an agent. Path to my project was example / Kubernetes agent test. And the agent name, what did I say? It was going to be called first agent, right? Okay. Okay, agent 94, got it. So that was successful. Now what am I supposed to do? Oh, it says get a token. Okay, so now I need to take this. And description of the token is let's just call it fresh agent token. Okay, and this was my ID 94. This is part of that. Okay, so I've got a secret. I'll need to delete this as soon as I publish the video. Keep getting blocked by my Zoom window. Okay, so I got that. Now I need to install the agent on the cluster. Okay, so I have a cluster. I'm going to connect to it through GKE. Go to the console. Should be using my GitLab. Yeah, it's my GitLab account. GitLab internal. So let's look at clusters I have. I have the cluster for this project called GitLab examples. So let's just install it there. In fact, I think I already have this created. So let me see if I can GitLab agent. Let's delete both of these. I just want to delete anything in that namespace. Should clean this up before I started. Okay. So let's go back directly to this cluster. Connect to it. When I connect to it, I'm going to run this command that will basically use my token and do a kubectl apply of a specific Kubernetes service description that I think I'm going to get from this Docker image. So I'm going to pull a Docker image that's going to generate an agent YAML definition for my Kubernetes cluster using this token and that CAS address, and then I'm going to apply that file that I got from it's piped from the Docker run. So let's see. Okay. So I am connected to the GitLab example cluster. At least I can with kubectl. Kubectl. Cluster info. Okay, so I'm connected to that cluster. And now I just need to run this one-liner command. Let's do it. So the cast address we said was cast.gitlab.com. And my agent token was this one. Oh, shoot. Let's, so I think that's a permission error with my permissions in this project. See if the services were created. I need to do this first. No, I think this is under advanced installation. This one-liner should have worked. Let's see what happens. Just take a screenshot of what I got. Let's see if we keep going, if this is working or not. So now I need to create a manifest. Okay, so if it's looking at the right project, I should be able to put a manifest file in. And just manifest.yaml. And have it published. Let's see what happens. Oh. Oops. Okay, so now I have a first. That's weird. Refresh on clusters. Let's do with cluster type. So just for the video, when I hit refresh, even if I'm looking at agent managed clusters, I still get flipped back to certificate. Okay, but I have this agent record and a token for that agent. So what was I doing? I was going to add a manifest file. And this should install, look like it's Nginx. As an example. This one. Okay. So don't really have any way to know what the agent is doing or did. Let's look. I don't think there's going to be anything here. I have an agent. If it were working, it would tell me last used the token was last used 5 minutes ago. It would be great if the agent, I could see like that the agent was pulling this new manifest right now. Let's go back to here. And refresh. Okay, well, that's cool. So there is another workload that was apparently just created. I don't know if I can figure out if it's just created. It is, I mean, I was looking at it before and now it's created. So that tells me the agent did what it was supposed to do. I'm not really sure what that error did. Or why I encountered that error. It could be because I had the services and the namespace created previously, but I'm not exactly sure. And yeah, it would be great. Great if on that agent page, you could see the agent's activities. So I could know, hey, here in Gitlab, without having to go to my Kubernetes cluster itself, that the agent had pulled the new manifest file and performed and like applied the correct actions. Okay, let me see what else. So now that I have this set up, wonder if I could any simple adjustments. I understand replicas. Let's change the replicas from 2 to 5. Update Nginx replicas. So here I am. I just updated my Git repository with this manifest file, and before it told me there were only 2 replicas. Now let's see if that gets pulled in. Still, oh, now there's 5. Okay, that's cool. Again, it would be great to be able to see that within GitLab, but certainly manifest changes are updating. What else could I try? I guess you could think about how if you have this process, you could have, I wonder if you can have your agent, different agents looking at different branches. So what would be great is if, I guess, if I had staging in production, then I could have my staging look at a staging branch, and then the agent for that staging cluster always pulls from the specific branch that's in staging, I wonder if, let's just add a note about that. Can you have different agents based on branch? Good. So I guess the idea would be I'd have this manifest file. I'd edit it in a new target branch called staging. And change this to one replica. So yeah, this is staging. It has one. I would want this to be pulled, and then I could have a merge request to master of that branch. So yeah, I could say like, okay, and then update replicas in master. And it would be cool if in this changes, this staging branch had its own agent. I guess like not, this wouldn't be a feature branch, but this would be a staging branch has its own agent that would be pulling the manifest into it and using the one replica, and then I would have this pull request to go to master, which would update master if merged. You could also think about that from, yeah, you could have like staging. You could also have dynamic environments like review apps with a similar structure where maybe you would want to create actually like point to the same one, but create a separate namespace for each dynamic environment on the cluster. It's kind of like similar to how our certificate-based cluster integration works today. So cool. I'm going to stop recording. Fairly straightforward. That one error that I think is likely more due to the fact that I'd had some of those resources already created on the cluster, but maybe not. And I'm going to merge this and then shut down my cluster. Let's just confirm that after that got merged, agents working in the background to move that from 5 to 1. Cool. All right. Thanks, everybody.